Hello, students. Today we are going to start a very important topic international organizations and agreements. And in this first part, we will mainly focus on the United Nations, its origin, objectives, and principal organs. So, let's begin. International organizations are cooperative bodies formed by several countries to work together for peace, progress, and stability in the world. They provide a common platform for nations to solve global issues such as poverty, disease, education, environment, and human rights. Among all, the most significant one is the United Nations, or simply UN.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, why do we need international organizations when every country has its own government?
That's a very good question. See, no single nation can solve global problems alone. Issues like climate change, pandemics, or world peace need cooperation. International organizations like the UN bring all countries together to discuss, plan, and act collectively. The United Nations was established on 24th October 1945, right after the Second World War. The world had just witnessed massive destruction and loss of life. Leaders realized that there must be a permanent organization to prevent future wars and to maintain global peace. So, 51 countries came together and signed the United Nations Charter in San Francisco, and that marked the birth of the UN. The headquarters of the United Nations is in New York City, United States of America. Today, the UN has 193 member countries. The present Secretary General is Antonio Guterres from Portugal. The main purpose of the UN is to maintain international peace and security. But that's not all. It also works to develop friendly relations among nations, to promote cooperation in solving economic, social, cultural, and humanitarian problems, and to encourage respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. You can remember the objectives easily as 1. Peace and security, 2. Friendly relations, 3. Cooperation in development, 4. Human rights promotion, 5. Peaceful settlement of disputes.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, how does the UN actually maintain peace? Does it have an army?
Excellent doubt. The UN itself doesn't have a permanent army, but it sends peacekeeping forces made up of soldiers contributed by member nations. These peacekeepers go to conflict affected areas to maintain ceasefire, protect civilians, and support rebuilding efforts. India, by the way, is one of the largest contributors of peacekeeping troops. Now, since the UN has 193 members, language becomes very important. So, there are six official languages: English, French, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, and Arabic. Out of these, English and French are used most frequently for day to day administration. This multilingual system ensures that every country's representative can understand and communicate clearly in meetings and documents. The structure of the UN is organized into six principal organs, each having a special function. Let's go through them one by one. 1. General Assembly. It is the main deliberative body where all member countries have equal voting rights. It discusses important global issues and makes recommendations. 2. Security Council, responsible for maintaining peace and security. We will study it in detail in the next part. 3. Economic and Social Council, or ECOSOC, coordinates economic, social, and humanitarian work across the world. 4. International Court of Justice, the judicial arm of the UN. It settles disputes between nations and gives legal advice. Its headquarters are in The Hague, Netherlands. 5. Secretariat. It handles the day-to-day work of the UN, led by the Secretary General. 6. Trusteeship Council. It was created to manage trust territories and guide them towards self-government. It is now inactive since all trust territories have gained independence.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Sir, what is the difference between the General Assembly and the Security Council?
A very logical question. The General Assembly includes all member countries and acts like a global parliament. It discusses and recommends. But the Security Council has 15 members, out of which 5 are permanent, and it can take binding decisions, including military actions or sanctions. In short, the Assembly can discuss, but the Council can act. The Secretary General is like the Chief Administrative Officer of the United Nations. He represents the organization globally, ensures smooth functioning, and often acts as a mediator during international conflicts. The post is prestigious but also highly challenging because the Secretary General must remain neutral and fair in every situation. ECOSOC oversees the UN's economic, social, and humanitarian work. The International Court of Justice, based at The Hague, Netherlands, settles disputes between nations. The Secretariat, led by the Secretary General, manages the UN's daily administration and global programs. Together, they ensure peace, justice, and cooperation among countries. The Trusteeship Council was formed to guide trust territories toward independence after World War II. Once all territories became independent, it completed its work and became inactive. Today, it stands as a historical part of the UN structure. The Secretary General serves as the Chief Administrative Officer of the United Nations. He acts as a global spokesperson for peace and justice and often mediates during international conflicts. The Secretary General also ensures that all UN operations remain neutral, fair, and effective in promoting global cooperation. Over the decades, the UN has prevented major world wars, provided humanitarian aid in crisis, promoted vaccination drives, and helped nations rebuild after conflicts. During pandemics and natural disasters, UN agencies like WHO and WFP have been vital in saving lives. Despite some criticisms and challenges, the United Nations continues to be the central pillar of global cooperation. So, students, today we have learned about the origin, purpose, and structure of the United Nations. In our next class, we'll explore the Security Council and some important specialized agencies like WHO, UNESCO, and IMF, which carry forward the mission of the UN in specific fields. That's all for today. Keep revising your notes and think about how the UN influences the world around us. Jai Hind.